Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to have some UFC 5 online ranked gameplay in Division 9, and we're going to be in the bantamweight division using the consensus, well, the general consensus of the greatest bantamweight of all time, especially by accolades, and that is Aljamain Sterling, who is going to be fighting Calvin Qatar at UFC 300 at featherweight. So it'll be very interesting to see how he figures at featherweight. Obviously, he cut a lot of weight for bantamweight, was very big and strong for the division, and dominated. The four title wins in a row, beat a lot of formidable opponents, and definitely deserves his flowers despite getting a lot of hate. But Aljamain is an absolute beast, and I really do enjoy using him. I know Goat likes using him as well. I know a couple of other content creators do. He is one of my go-tos at bantamweight. You can mix in everything very, very well. Obviously, predominantly you're going to want to grapple, but the main purpose of this video is to showcase to you guys that essentially how not to waste your stamina to agree when striking. So you're going to have a complete juxtaposition here between me and my opponent. Obviously, Sean O'Malley's going to look to pressure, and he's doing a very, very good job. A lot of high volume strikes, pressing forwards, but as you'll start to notice throughout round one, more and more strikes end up missing, and if you don't know the strikes you miss, you lose more stamina on. Also, if you throw a lot of kicks, they waste more stamina than punches, which is another thing to take note of, and you'll just see relatively cleaner work. But you can see I'm getting pressured very well. This is an opponent that knows what he's doing. Like I said, it's a 5-round fight. I always normally take the first round off just to pick up on little patterns and see what it is my opponent's trying to do, if they set up the same combinations, if there's anything I can take advantage of. But it's just a good way of getting an indication and a feeling out process of what my opponents are looking to do, what they're good at, and just get an overall breakdown. So I can tell very early on that he's very comfortable pressure fighting, looking to break the block, looking to land big strikes. To mitigate this, obviously, I'm going to have to use my footwork really well. You can see chaining the spinning elbows there, which obviously do a lot of damage. Throwing strikes from out of range, which is something that I picked up on very, very early on. So I'm going to be staying at a distance that isn't the best necessarily for myself to strike, because with Aljamain, I'm not going to have the reach advantage, so I'm putting myself at a bit of a disadvantage. But the main thought process is that when he strikes and he's missing, by the time he's missed that strike, he's going to end up in my range, and that's when I can feel free to counter back. And as you can see, O'Malley was against the fence. We worked the cage takedown, which if you guys aren't using the cage takedowns, I think are the highest percentage takedowns that I use in particular, and I have the best success rate with them. I also think that there's a lot of different ways you can chain them together, so it makes it a lot more unpredictable. The elite of the elite will obviously be able to deny every single way, and they'll probably be able to deny more frequently than the average person, which makes sense. However, I do find success across all player bases with those takedowns, so it is something that I definitely recommend. Finishing off the round strong, you can see these deniers are going to add up going into the next round. So a clear advantage on the ground, which is as to be expected when using Aljamain against Sugar Sean. But what I don't want to do is rush a takedown and then get caught with a knee. Shout out to Gilbert Burns, unfortunately on the wrong end of a knee at UFC 299. Gilbert is one of my favourite fighters at welterweights. That was very hard to watch, especially when he was dominating 2 rounds. But nevertheless, the principle still applies here that I don't want to be overzealous and overeager, and as a result of it get punished. So I'm just gonna let Sugar Sean do what he wants to do. He's going to look to throw a lot of high volume strikes. I'm going to look to try stay out of range, use footwork, block where possible, but use head movement to mitigate my block being broken, because as you can see there, that was a heavy punch combo and he absolutely ripped apart my block. But where I can, I'm going to work in the body. So you see when he has short term stamina, I'm going to look to go to the body and just pile up the damage on that. But look, when I'm in this range, obviously O'Malley's planted, so his strike's going to be a lot quicker, and he's just ripping away at my block. And at the moment, I think he's trying to bait me into a fight that I don't want, which is exactly what I'm being cautious of. But again, could probably shoot for a takedown here, but I'm very, I've got a good gauge of what is going on. I'm going to let him, throw the strikes that he needs to strike, and if I feel super vulnerable, then maybe I'm going for a takedown or a clinch attempt. But as it stands, although these strikes very, very high. He's missing a lot of strikes as well, and you will notice as if you keep an eye on the top right corner, his stamina, as this round progresses, you'll see it steadily and steadily start to decrease. So this is what I want to emphasize: is use your movement, be patient, know when you're in and out of ranges, and look to punish the body. Working the body is a fantastic tool, even in 3-round fights, but it's definitely more prevalent in 5-round fights, because obviously if it goes into the championship rounds, you've worked their body, you're going to be at a massive, massive advantage. And you can see here that Sean is really, really pressing, but look at the stamina difference right now. And although my health's going to be lower and my block's going to be lower, this stamina difference will come in absolutely massive. So being very, very patient, and you'll see that it will start to pay off. But just before the video ends, I just want to say an absolutely huge thank you for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. We have hit 700 subscribers, which is an absolute crazy milestone, and I'm very fortunate to have an audience as dedicated as you guys, and it definitely doesn't go unnoticed. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all. Appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for sticking by, especially where the uploads have been less frequent due to my personal life just being quite hectic, my working life as well. As this video is coming out, I will be on holiday for a couple of weeks in the Dominican, so as soon as I'm back, I'll work on the next upload. But I just want to say a huge thank you, and look at that knockout. That is absolutely beautiful. So that is what happens when you overextend. You don't have the stamina, you've been hurt a fair few times, your body's absolutely ripped to shreds, and this would have got even worse for my opponent if it went to round 3, 4 and 5, because he'd have absolutely no stamina, got taken down and submitted. But hope you guys enjoyed the video and showcasing why it's important to stay out of distance and not overthrow. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more UFC 5 content. I'll see you next time. Thank you.